Stop drinking the water.
All right, yeah, and several of them stop. As some of them were coming out and drinking it, but as you say that, the rest of them don't. And actually, some of them are children, so you might want to be kind of over there to as they're filing out, because there's a lot of them still filing out into this room now.
Okay.
And yeah, they stopped drinking.
Scary Drow.
But you didn't see anything in there. It's a pretty shallowish pool. It's not very deep. It's coming from, it's dripping in from the ceiling, but it has a very metallic smell to it. And when you kind of maybe just did a small little touch to your mouth, you could tell that it's type of water that is not drinkable. And being a drow, well, I guess you weren't an underground drow. You're an above ground drow. So we'll say that you have this feeling with your check there that you shouldn't be drinking it.
I have done a lot of
adventure
explorations and ruins and stuff, and a lot of that was underground as well. So I would not lose that particular kind of survival skill, I guess.
Yeah. You think it's contaminated water, but you didn't see anything in it. There's no big creature waiting to jump out. You can see the bottom of it. It's just contaminated water.
All right, so what I'm gonna do, I believe, see the Explorer pack. Explorer pack has a water skin. All right, so I'm going to allow people that are coming out to just kind of take a couple of swigs from the water skin. It'll probably last for maybe about 10 or 15 people.
Yeah, sure. Everybody can take like a drink. Yeah.
And I'm also going to break up, I guess, half of my rations and allow, share them among those people. And also break off 5 of my torches and give those to folks to light the way. Okay.
Yeah. Let's catch everybody up with that. So while Jarral's doing the investigation and then helping those people out with those things, that allows Teagraiel at least some time to do stuff if he needs to. Anything else you want to do, Teagraiel? Anything else you want to do, Greybeard, for that 5 or 10 minutes while he's kind of helping people out of this cave? And then I will get to the people in the other cave in just a second.
I at one point kind of like pull on Teagraiel's pack and I'm like, don't be stingy, there's more in there. About his rations.
I give him a little bit of cheese.
Okay, so you're gonna also help hand out food then, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, yeah, so they start kind of shuffling into this room. And now while that's going on, that's about 10 minutes. Morak follows you, Greybeard, as you've kind of been introduced to him, and he just kind of gravitates to staying with you. And the whole townspeople are looking to Morak as their leader at this point. You can tell he's the de facto leader of this group at this point. Let's jump over. That's at least 5 or 10 minutes for Ardreth and Ian back in the room. Is there anything you'd like to do with that 5 or 10 minutes that's happening?
Not kill the goblin.
I take out the lamp that I picked up from the town, and I light it, and I just put it next to Ardreth, so the human can see in here. Then I go back to the goblin, the lead goblin or whatever. Elf. Well, for the human.
Oh, the woman. Gotcha.
Yeah, the human woman.
Oh, that's right. All the light left when.
It's okay. I can see in the dark.
Yeah, but that turns her back to being afraid.
No,
yeah.
Actually, I had taken a bunch of the goblin bows and lit her a small fire in the corner then.
Okay.
All right. So I don't do that once I see the fire. And instead I go straight to the goblin leader body. And is there anything like unique about his appearance or its appearance?
He definitely was the only one wearing a different type of armor, which was like just basically I think it was a goblin scale mail. Pretty crappy quality, but definitely allowed him more protection than the others. He's slightly bigger than the others, but not by much. Let's see if there was. I don't believe he had anything on him. Let me check though, just to be sure. No, yeah, he didn't have anything on him.
Does he have anything like unique appearance-wise that if you've seen them a while, you know to pick that out, like an accessory or something like that? Like maybe he has an earring, or on his armor he has like a certain special trinket on.
No, and actually you kind of think like he should, but he doesn't have anything on him. And you give me an intelligence check.
Oh, just straight intelligence?
Yeah. His weapons were scimitars and javelin, just so you know. No, you're just seeing an absence. He obviously was not wearing anything extra. The only thing that really made him stand out was that his armor made him stand out from the other ones, and that he was yelling orders to the other ones. But other than that, you're not seeing too much of a difference from him. And I don't know, it's surprising that maybe you're not finding anything on him.
And you said his appearance, like, as a goblin, it wasn't too different. It was just he was a little taller.
Yeah, just a little bigger.
I take out my dagger and I chop off one of his ears.
Okay.
And I poke a hole in it where so I could string it on something.
Okay.
And I do that. I bring it back with me into this room, and I sit down right here with the ear hanging off of just a piece of twine, and my dagger in the other, and I'm just staring at this stupid fucking goblin.
Okay.
And my stupid people I hang out with want alive.
Savage.
Okay.
And I just sit there and I say,
yeah, and he stayed. I mean, he got hit hard enough. Every now and then his breathing stops a little bit, but then it kicks back on again. But he's definitely unconscious.
And that's all I did.
Okay. So the group in the main cavern, you pretty much have the giant group of humans now. So you're seeing 23 people. 3 of them you can tell were guards. So they have kind of the same guard uniform, even though their armor's been tore off and they don't have their weapons at the moment. And those are the ones that have the different icons. Mm-hmm. And then the other people, even though all the icons look like the same, they're just various townspeople and children. And children that are crying, children that are kind of scared of this tunnel, but they've been here a long time. And you're getting to the point that they're a little panicky. It's not happened yet, but you're seeing it in the crowd of the panicky, why are we still standing here? What are we doing?
I will start pulling torches from my explorer kit and lighting them and handing them out.
Okay.
I'm assuming that they're just going to want to march right back to Nightstone this evening.
So
they're not making any decisions yet. They're looking at Morak, and Morak is like, he doesn't even know what time it is yet. They've been in the cave long enough they don't know. And he's kind of talking with Greybeard as far as, thanks for saving us. You know, what do we want to do now? We need to be quiet so the bats don't come up out of the hole. And he kind of tells you that any loud noises, they come up out of the hole, and then that's why everybody has scratches and little bites on them, and little their clothes are so tattered, and the goblins would come over and mess with them every now and then with those bats, and that's why they're trying to stay really quiet. But he's like, what should we be doing?
Kind of funny though.
Let's get you folks out of here so you can see the sky.
So I'm going to, before I leave where I am, I'm just going to remind the people in the back not to drink the water. and I'm gonna come over and I'm gonna mention to as Greybeard says that, I'm gonna ask where we're going, and just to remind that the village has fallen, and that there's virtually nobody left. So I'm not sure if it's a safe place for them to be.
You tell that to Morak, is what you're saying?
To both Greybeard and Morak.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, we knew when we left the giants were attacking, but is anything still standing?
It's a village, town.
It's a town.
Yeah. So I say that the town is in ruins. The buildings are still standing, but there are large holes in many of them. Some of the buildings are not habitable. But there is nobody there to defend the town. There are less than a handful of guards, and there are some bounty hunters that are holed up in the town looking for somebody.
Yeah, and Morak kind of looks at you and he says, well, we have to get these children and these families somewhere. We can't be in these caves, and we can't stay out here. We've heard, that not only were these goblins here, and thank God you've taken care of them, but we've heard there's orcs. We've heard the elves could come by at any time. We don't know what's going on, but that's the only place that's safe until we could maybe get to Waterdeep or something else. But this is where their families are, and this is where their homes were, and we need to get them back if we can.
Okay.
Yeah, we killed those orcs too.
Oh, and he kind of gives you a nod of like, just one more problem, resolved.
I interject. We killed some of them. I don't want to misrepresent.
Give me a perception check while that conversation's going on.
Epic.
Okay. Yeah. You decide to look up as coming down from the ceiling, a pseudopod hits the guy next to you, and you see this on the ceiling, clinging to the ceiling. And it's basically a black viscous material that coming out of it, basically like a pseudopod kind of tentacle arm thing, hits the guy next to you with the torch and just engulfs that guy, and he starts screaming. And what we're going to do is have everybody roll initiative once I get the turn tracker up and cleared.
I'm assuming we heard that.
You hear a blood-curdling scream, and then you hear 23 other people start screaming pretty quickly as this all unfolds.
Oh, God.
And go ahead and start rolling initiatives.
God, fucking damn it with these rolls, man. Get them all out earlier.
All right.
Oops.
Roll 20.
That's not right.
Where's? Oh, there it is. I found it.
I'm going to suggest urgently that everybody start heading for the exit.
That's the nicest way you can put it.
Because those bats are coming.
That's what you're worried about, the bats?
Well, the bats and whatever else is to get them out. No sense having them stay around.
Is that everybody? We got Greybeard, Teagraiel, Ardreth. I'm gonna
I
make
didn't
a
have my
general
token
roll.
selected.
Okay.
Well, at least everybody else got just as bad.
Did you roll twice?
Yeah, I just reselected my token and rolled, so I got on the chart.
Right. But
19.
what was the original? Oh, 19.
19.
And don't forget, Greybeard and have bardic inspiration. 1 dice reroll.
And let me give. Oh, actually, let me use the dwarf as their. He's going to be the overall for all the people. I'm just kidding. All right, so the order of stuff that's happening is the creature has attacked this guard with the torch. So I'm going to roll that. That happens before this whole initiative is happening. And just as Armel is seeing it, I'm going to allow Armel 1 free action, and then we're going to go into the actual order.
I take back everything I said. For some reason, I thought that was happening over in the cave where the goblin was. I didn't realize it was at the bottom of the map. I thought Armel was back the other way.
Oh, I gotcha.
Yeah, I didn't scroll down to see it.
So he is going to...
Don't run to the exit.
So a pseudopod for 12 on this guy who has no armor, so just base armor, I believe, is just a 10. Without anything, yeah, armor class 10. And it hits for 7 bludgeoning damage, and that guy goes down. Is out of action. Torch is on the floor still. He is perished.
Does it club him, or does it like absorb him and like start sucking him up towards the ceiling like that picture's kind of showing?
Yeah, it's more like a. It's not only a bludgeoning hit, like it's hit him with a solidness that's basically broken his neck, but you can also tell anything that pseudopod has touched, the stuff is burning and corrosive, and his clothes is burning, his hair is burning, the skin's burning off of him now. Even though it still hits with a hammer-like strike when it hits him. So think of I'm trying to think of it's a liquid, but it's like a harder liquid. It's like I don't even know what an analogy would be for that.
Terminator 2? Liquid Terminator?
Yeah, well, more like the Blob.
All right.
It's a black pudding. It's definitely a acid-based life form. Okay, so that is, and it's on the ceiling and beginning to, as you can see, Armel is beginning to drop to the floor. So it's a big viscous fluid dropping to the floor, jet black.
All right, are you giving me 1 action first?
I'm giving you 1 free action before we do anything in the initiative turn order. So you can do 1 thing, whatever you want to do.
He will just fling the produce flame that he has, and then take a step. He can't stand on that guy. Can he step in front of the 4 other people there?
Yeah, you can step on anything that's not... even a body, you can straddle over a body if you wish. As long as you can end up in any space that doesn't have a standing person in it.
All right. Well, he flings that produce flame and misses.
It only has an armor class of 7. So it's a hit.
Boo!
Alright. And it was fire damage?
Yes. Does it affect it?
It was so little and so you can't even tell. You're not sure.
Creature of nature. Would I know anything about it?
You can make a roll. Make what's high for you? Survival or wisdom or intelligence, whatever your highest one is?
Survival.
13. Yes, you know fire should hurt it. You do know that there's probably some types of attacks that won't hurt it, but you're not quite sure which ones those are.
Okay.
And okay, that's there, that's there. That's all you want to do for that free action?
Well, I'll tell everybody behind me to back up.
Oh, they all start running.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to be at the top of the order, and you can tell this group of people has all about faced, and you can tell when it's their turn, they're all running to the back of the cave away from whatever just killed this guard. And there's a lot of screaming, there's a lot of crying,